What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh. Can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Disgusted with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm trying to live inside the upside down.
Hello, my people. How are you? Welcome, everybody, to another podcast. We are live, and as you could see, we say goodbye to one of our core members, Venge, who unfortunately has to leave our group due to personal issues and overwhelming of life, and that's how it is. You know, we can't stop living because of one stream or of something. We need to be able to rest and, you know, take care of ourselves. So we say goodbye to Venge, but it's not over, because after lots of deliberation and lots of talking with some of my core members, we have decided to bring on another fellow streamer to become Venge's basically replacement. And I'm very excited because this person, we figured it would be a good ideal situation, and to bring a new face, someone different to what we do here. So I want everybody to put their hands together and please welcome my good friend, everyone's good friend, Mama Remy. How's it going, Mama Remy? Everyone. So Mama Remy now is going to be part of our core group. She is our permanent group member. So I'm sure you're gonna make us proud, Mama Remy.
I'm not gonna clap, I'm gonna do poetry snaps.
Poetry snaps.
Oh, I like that.
By the way, everybody hashtag zombie for that $1 donation.
Zombie!
Alright. So, as always, let me introduce everybody. Here today, our special guests are Baha.
Hello,
Baha
everyone.
ruins everything.
This might be the last time, depending on
and K Fresh.
Either
Also-
Rico's gonna cut me off or Ballin's gonna cut me off.
Right? Then we have obviously our wonderful fellow streamer Chadley, who's also come in.
Hello.
And again, Mama Remy. Guys, everybody's link is in the description below. Go check them out. Go give them some love. Go give them a nice sub if you haven't subbed to them already. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started because this podcast is a short one, but there's a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Hello, everyone who's come to join us. So let's start what we always start with. Tell me, what have you guys been up to this week? Well, this month. What exciting things have you been up to? What have you been streaming? And what have you been playing off stream on your leisure time? Let's start with Baha.
So we actually just came back from Classic Game Fest that's held every year here in Austin, Texas. It's just a little convention that's held every July. It's a couple of days, and you go and you can pick up a bunch of retro games if that's your thing. They have a lot of old arcade cabinets. They do cosplay setups. Ballin actually just streamed a tiny bit from there. But yeah, we just hung out there a little bit. That's where I got this hat from a couple of years ago that everybody likes. And yeah, that's what we've been doing. And then let's see. FlapCon was recently. We hung out with Flapper.
There we go.
In Florida. So that was cool. Let's see. As far as what I've been playing a lot of Mario Maker 2. I've been helping Mini Baja with his levels and then making my own. And then I've actually just started playing Mount and Blade Warband on PC. An older game from like 2010, 2011. A lot of open world stuff, but that's an old classic that I never got into, but I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Under the name Baja the Ruinous. That's my own title.
That's awesome. K Fresh, what about you, buddy? What have you been doing on your channel? What things have you been up to in your leisure time?
I've been playing way too much Super Mario Maker 2, bro. Way too much.
Is there really such thing as too much, though?
True. Is there? Is there really such a thing as too much Mario Maker 2? Man, I haven't gotten around to creating a level, though. But there is so much in Mario Maker 2 to do. I feel like you could play it for like months and months and months. And you wouldn't you can't. There's just limitless amount of stuff. That literally, besides that and work, has taken up my time. There's been very few days where I love it, man. It's such a good game. It's such like a breath of fresh air, you know? No pun intended.
For sure. Chadley, what about you, my friend? What have you been up to?
Mario Maker 2 a lot. Just Mario Maker 2, and then just the other stuff that I normally been playing. I've been trying to get through Metal Gear Solid over on my Twitch channel. I was actually playing it on the PlayStation Classic. I got so far in the game, and it like crapped out on me, and then I got stuck, and I couldn't get past a certain point. I would go through a door, and then the screen would go black, and then it would like kick me out of the game. So I ended up buying like an actual copy of the game so that I can play it on the original PlayStation console. So hopefully I won't run into the same problem using actual hardware. So, but I'm really enjoying the game. It's the first time I've ever really played it. So, but yeah, I'm only playing it over on Twitch. I'm not playing it on my YouTube channel. So
I remember the first time I played through the Psycho Mantis fight on Metal Gear Solid, and it started like asking me like, "Oh, I heard you like whatever other game you have saved on your."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What? What?"
For sure. No, he's freaky. That's for sure. Mama Remy, welcome. Tell us, what have you been up to on your leisure times, and what have you been streaming and playing?
Actually, I'm probably the odd one out. I went back to my roots. I've been playing a lot of League of Legends.
Oh, GG.
With my friends, and we've actually been kind of bouncing around playing some MMORPGs, just trying to disconnect and keep that balance between online with like YouTube and offline with friends, and it's been really nice, very chilling, very relaxing, even though the games usually aren't. But on the channel, I recently hit 1K. So
GG, Mama Remy, 1K.
So I'm super excited about that. But otherwise, I think the only thing we've really introduced has been like shiny hunting. And I started playing Octopath, but then I also got Super Mario Maker 2 donated to me on Friday. So
There you go.
There we
I
go.
get to join everybody.
There you go. Thank you, T-Mac, for that donation, buddy.
Hey,
15
Reba,
pounds. That's
Chadley,
awesome.
Remy and Baja.
You guys are
30 likes,
awesome.
Hype heart.
Yeah, no kidding. 30 likes. By the way, guys, whatever we hit today, I will give to you guys during the stream tomorrow. For myself, so I've been basically keeping myself very busy. Lots of things have been happening here at home. Good things and headache things, but more or less been just keeping busy. Streaming has changed completely for me because I used to do variety streams. Not that I don't do them still, but I've gotten extremely addictive to Mario Maker, as some of you have noticed. I've been playing that thing Monday to Friday nonstop for the last, 4 weeks since it's been out. And I can't put it down. I used to honestly get really bored of Mario Maker with Mario Maker 1. And I only played it every Friday and it would bore me. But because of the new changes, the new development that they've done to it, it's become super fun and I really enjoy it. So a lot of people have been asking me, why do you play it so much? Because of that. I'm addicted. I really enjoy it.
Rhinosaurus says it's a month exactly today. It actually does happen to be a month exactly from Mario Maker's release. So
look at that.
June 28th.
That's crazy. Also, just been really busy trying to take care of, when we were trying to get things ready with Mama Remy and everybody to make sure that we held it as a nice surprise. So it's nice that we finally got that going. Other than that, it's been good. It's been good. Oh, another £2 from T-Mac. Thank you. And sorry, K-Fresh. That's what he says. Everyone hashtag T-Mac in the chat. Well then, let's go ahead and kick it. By the way, guys, if you have any questions for any of us, please make sure you ping me on YouTube. Thank you very much, T-Mac. Make sure you ping me so that I can see
K-Fresh heart.
I can see your questions and I will put them down on the paper here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Nintendo announces Switch Lite and also announced a better Switch with better battery life. Not only that, but they did come out to reveal that is true. The newer Switch will have a stronger CPU. So, in saying that, what does this mean for Switch players, Switch users? Are you guys getting a Switch Lite? Do you feel that they are trying to do this because of Pokemon coming out? The Switch Lite, I mean? Or and because what else is coming out? Pokemon and Animal Crossing. So let's start with Baja.
So the Switch Lite, it means that all of your online multiplayer games will be so much more laggy because there's going to be that many non-wired connections.
Mm-hmm.
As far as is this, specifically for Pokemon? Of course, it's for Pokemon because Pokemon has at its heart is a portable game. With it starting out with on the Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and every other portable console that's been on Nintendo. At the core, it is a mobile game. As far as Flapper saying that I love me some Pokemon, he's probably heard me rant on how disappointed I am with Sword and Shield and how it's basically like every other one, and I'm kind of sick of Pokemon. It puts me in the minority, but it's I've played that game a lot.
What's the button to kick Baja out? I'm just kidding. No, for sure.
It is the same thing over and over and over again, and some people are okay with that, and some people, Pokemon's not that bad, but it's, I've played this game.
Yep. No,
but
for sure.
Getting back to the Switch, will I get it? No, but Ballin and I already have our own Switches, so we can play Smash online. So we've already got redundancy. I haven't looked into many details on the other Switch and if it's an increased CPU or what's going on. But
can I just go ahead and say that I don't agree with the Pokemon thing? Continue.
How many Pokemon games have you played through since Blue?
Well, I watched them, so continue.
Shouldn't play Pokemon at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so am I going to get them? No. Are they going to sell like hotcakes for Christmas? Yes, they're going to sell like
Yeah.
crazy because Nintendo is going to market all the pretty colors.
Yep.
They have colored them specifically so that people will look at them in the wild and notice them for what they are. Bright colors, bright teal, specifically designed to go after kids. I think it will sell well. I think it's going to be a scourge on already taxed Nintendo online servers, and your experience is probably going to get a little worse. But that's how it's going to be.
No, for sure. No, and there's a lot of things that I know the Switch Lite is cutting down, and people aren't too happy. And I know they added some things that people are like, yes, but why don't we have that?
The one thing that I do like is the D-pad on there. I like the D-pad as opposed to the Joy-Con buttons. And, obviously the Joy-Con has to be a Joy-Con the way that Nintendo's described it. But having an actual D-pad on the left side is great. Because
no, for sure.
For a while, when I was playing through Celeste, I was using the Joy-Cons, and I was grinding my thumb down to the bone with those little buttons. I finally cracked and got a Pro Controller.
Yeah, for sure.
D-pad mix.
No, for sure. K-Fresh, what are your thoughts, my friend?
Honestly, man, I think, first of all, with the new colors, like Baja was right on, that I feel is going to appeal to a lot of like younger gamers that, want to take their Switch on the road, want to take it wherever they go, whether they're playing, whatever they're playing. And personally, I keep my Switch docked like 95% of the time. And I mean, but that's like, I'm the part of the people that come home from work and they stream, and mainly when I play my games is when I'm streaming. So I think there is a market completely. It is going to sell like crazy. Parents are going to buy it for their kids. I do love the fact that it has that D-pad, for Mario Maker. I play Celeste as well. But for me, I don't think it's going to like override the fact that, I don't have a reason to get it. I probably won't get it. But I do like the colors. Colors draw me in. I'm a very colorful person.
For sure.
And so like if I was younger, man, if I played it at all, like, outside of the dock, I would be like, man, I'm gonna get that they got that sweet green looking one, man. I would get that. But so I think it's great. I think honestly it's a good idea. Now it's just going to be split. You're going to have those people that won't buy it because they don't ever take their Switch out of the dock, and you're going to have those people that will buy it because they take it wherever they go,
No, for sure. Chadley, what about you, my friend?
I mean, it's a cool concept. I understand their reasoning for it. Obviously, the 3DS is kind of like phasing out, so they got to figure out a way to keep the handheld market going without like eating away at your wallet, because obviously you're not going to be buying $300 consoles for your kids, so having it be $100 less, maybe a little bit more sturdy. The Joy-Cons don't detach, so you don't have to worry about the kids like basically going like this and breaking them off of the Switch itself. So I understand the whole concept of why they're doing it and everything. I personally will probably not get one. Like K-Fresh, I have my whenever I'm playing, it's docked. Because I just can't I just can't play with the Joy-Cons. The buttons are too small for me. The analog stick just doesn't feel right for me. So the Pro Controller is like the best way for me to play. Except for obviously like when you're doing Mario Party, you really don't have a choice. But I'm not planning on getting one. But I mean, yeah, they're very nice looking. I mean, the colors, like K-Fresh said, the colors are awesome. Even the one that's coming out for the Sword and Shield, the exclusive one for Sword and Shield, looks pretty cool too, with the whole gray and the engraving on the back, and then having the analog and the buttons and the D-pad on either side being different colors. Like it's very cool looking. So, but yeah, I'm not getting one.
But
For
yeah,
sure.
I think probably the answer is universally no, just because A, we all have Switches. B, we're not really the target audience on this. I mean, the target audience is people who don't have Switches and children. So,
For sure. Mama Remy, what are your thoughts?
As everyone else has said, I already have a Switch, so I don't need one.
Mhm.
It would be nice to, because my husband's been watching, some of the games I played, and he gets interested in some of those, like specifically Smash. And even my son would like to play some of these games, so it'd be nice to get, like, oh well, the Switch normally is so expensive, but the light versions are a little bit more in our price range, so it would be good to get somebody, like as Baja said, that doesn't have one.
Mhm.
But my personal issue is you can't throw fancy colors on something when you're denying that there's an issue with the first one in the first place. We all know the analog sticks have the drift issue with the Joy-Cons that are easily replaced by just buying a new one, or going to Nintendo and having them refurbished and get them fixed. And we're not going to talk about that because it's really bad. But what happens when that goes bad on the light? Have they addressed it in the light, and they just haven't addressed it for the the previous Switch owners, the ones that's already had their Switch for a while? But what happens when the Joy-Cons, or when the analog stick starts to drift and it goes bad? Are you going to have to send your entire Switch in to get fixed? Is Nintendo going to fix that? Or if the warranty goes out, is it going to be like a 90-day warranty and then that's it? And then it's like, sorry, you're out of luck. So unless I know for a fact that's fixed and that it's actually going to last, I wouldn't even buy one for my son. Even if the prices were good, they were on sale, because there's always that, well, if it breaks, the entire console is bad because I can't replace the Joy-Cons.
Yep.
So that's where I stand.
No.
do you know
Right.
whether the
So-
technology of the Joy-Cons is the same with the Switch Lite as it is with the Joy-Cons? Because I wonder if it's the same technology at all.
I'm
So,
not sure,
as far
honestly.
as far as I know, they have changed what's going on with the Joy-Cons. Hence why, it's thanks to this lawsuit that's happening to them right now for drifting, that they turned around and said, we're gonna fix it for free now.
Yeah.
So it's thanks to, but at the end of the day, it's like what Mama Remy said. They said that they've improved it on the Switch Lite, so this issue doesn't happen again. It still doesn't fix our issue with our Joy-Cons, because we gotta send them our Joy-Cons. They said they'll fix it for free. They never said we'll send you guys new Joy-Cons, because apparently the new Switch, the one that I was just mentioning before, not only are you getting all the upgraded CPU and all that jazz, but you're getting the new style of Joy-Cons with it too. Well, I mean, like the joystick itself. So, does that leave us basically screwed? All the first generations?
We probably are going to get one of the new sets of Joy-Cons just because one of them is ball and chain colored. Like, it's like the orange and the purple.
Yeah.
That's a better combination.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I don't know. I don't, like, myself, I know Little Man's been bugging me for a Switch because I had an older one and he completely broke it now, so now it's gone. And he's been bugging me that he wants a Switch. So I've been kind of looking into this Switch Lite because he never docks it. He just plays with it by hand. But I'm just worried about this whole drifting thing, just like Mama Remy did. And even mine, I leave mine docked all day and all night because I don't play like that. I don't take it with me. The one time I did, I took it to PAX, and I think we touched it maybe 4 times in total of the full week, and 4 times like in one day. And we were doing it in the mall, in Baja's car, and once at his house. That was it. That was the last time I touched it. So I rarely play it on the go. So there you go. Playing all night. What about afternoons? Okay, let's go ahead and continue. So, all right. So Stadia came out and did a Q&A on Reddit. They didn't even do it publicly. They did it on a Reddit page. And they were asked about their prices, how it works, and a lot more to go on. So basically, a lot of people are turning around and hating on them because they had mentioned that they don't look at themselves like a Netflix of gaming, but they look themselves like a PlayStation or a Xbox Gold membership, where you'll get one game for free. If you get the pro version of their thing, you get one game for free, and some games will be included in that as well, but you'll get a discount on the prices. And they said you're basically paying to use their platform, and you got to pay for the games separately. If you buy the lower version of their subscription, you got to pay full price for games. So, in saying that, do you guys feel that the way that Stadia is heading, it's in the right direction, or do you think they shot themselves in the foot and it's probably gonna fail hard?
Hold that thought, kitty cat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's huge. I told you,
big.
Yeah, cats grow fast, man.
Yeah, they do grow fast.
He's still the runt, but I don't think he's gonna get like the normal size cat. So
Dude,
he's still
that's
gonna stay.
that's fine because
No, for sure, Mr. Goku's huge, man.
Sorry,
But
didn't
yeah,
mean
so
to distract.
that's okay. No, you didn't distract. I mean, Stadia keeps pushing. You're gonna, day one, you're getting Destiny 2. I mean, if you go back maybe 6 months ago, they gave Destiny 2 for free to everyone on PC and everyone on PlayStation 4. So just saying you're gonna get Destiny doesn't sell me on it. And I feel that they're going kind of the wrong direction with this. And one of the things that kind of caught me off guard was, and I quote, they said, "For those who aren't sure, the best way to get the full experience of Stadia is to talk to your ISP, because they can offer more than 100 megabytes a second. A lot of companies offer that, and unlimited internet. That's the only way you're going to get the best experience on Stadia." So, in saying that, are they saying that the only way to consider no lag is to get the 100 megabytes? Or are they considering the 4K is what they're saying? Because they weren't really specific. They just said the best way to experience Stadia. So let's start with Baja. What are your thoughts on this thing?
So, here's the thing, the problem I have with Stadia. Stadia, I think they're making a huge mistake by not marketing themselves as the Netflix of games. I think if they're trying to make themselves into another console, that market is saturated. You already have, the Nintendo Switch, which appeals more to, kid-friendly type things, and that's been Nintendo's niche for basically ever since the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got PlayStation 4 and Xbox One with more mature gamers, sports gamers, and things like that. Trying to get in a fourth console in there, I don't think you're going to get a lot of purchase. The other thing, too, is that we haven't heard anything about exclusives for Stadia or anything like that. As far as software is concerned, everything that they've come out with are games that are already 2 years old. We're going to get Destiny 2 for free. Okay, I don't really care, because anybody who was already going to get Destiny has already bought Destiny or has already gotten it. Nobody cares right now. But my bigger issue with Stadia is with the way that they're describing it to me, with lag-free online gaming. I feel like they're trying to defy physics. You're not going to be able to deliver a lag-free experience to a wide enough market to make the system profitable. With what they're proposing. Cloud-based internet gaming works if you've got really fast internet, and 100 megabytes per second is kind of a tall order for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Not every community has, fiber optic internet. I do, but if you go 30 miles west of where I live, and your best internet connection is a satellite internet connection, and that's almost as good as dial-up, and it goes down when it rains. And so if you want a big enough install base to cover your costs, you have to appeal to more of the masses. The other thing too is that you know, I don't believe that they're going to be able to deliver a lag-free experience because you have to deal with so many different variables. You know, I was looking into, we were mentioning it in our kind of pregame channel, the Parsec software, and you know, the ability to connect directly with other computers. You know, pretty good lag-free experiences and things like that. And that's great, except we're not dealing with, you know, people with high-end internets in a lot of ways. And I'm kind of trailing off here. The bottom line is, I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to flop like a fish. I think here's how I think this is going to stack up. Here's Stadia.
Yeah.
Here's the Soulja Boy console. So that's going to be the worst ever. And then here's the Virtual Boy. I think it's going to be like right in between here. I think it's going to die a prompt, brisk death.
There you go. No, I 100% agree with you. Okay, let's put it this. At first, I was for it. I'm not gonna lie. I was very for it. I was very excited because I looked at it as the Netflix of gaming, because there was a website that used to do that, and they were using old technology, but you pay $24 a month. You got every game for free that came out, but they were basically broadcasting it for you and you would play it. The only issue was you had a little bit of lag and the loading times were ridiculous because it depended how many people were on. So they failed completely, but they were $24 a month. You got every game. That was a good price, you know? Then when I found out that they're charging you for their platform and then every game separately, my only issue with this is, well, now I'm paying in my case, $90 per game. But if I don't have internet, let's say for some reason, then I lose the game. The game's not there.
Right.
That's my issue. K-Fresh, what about you? What are your thoughts on Stadia, buddy?
So I will say that when I first heard about the Stadia, man, keep in mind, I am the least tech savvy person you'll ever meet. So when I first started hearing about it, I was like, oh no, that's too much. That's like, I wouldn't even be able to figure it out. But like you, when I like started looking more into it, I feel like, you know, Google is trying to get themselves into this niche market, and but with the requirements, you know, like that in order to get, if they can even get, you know, like Baja said, if they can even get lag-free gaming, you know, with the requirements, you're cutting off like basically casual gamers, you know, gamers who maybe don't have the best internet. You know, up until this year, I've had like, you know, on and off internet, and I wouldn't be able to play the Stadia. And so that's like a big chunk of your market that's just like getting, you know, cut off. And I even thought about like what you said, Rigo, like if I'm playing a game and then like the internet, you know, my internet cuts out, what's going to happen to the game? And then even, you know, we haven't even gone into this, but the pro and the free tier, the free tier isn't even available till early 2020. So I'm just like, honestly, I don't necessarily, I'm bad at predictions, but I don't see it doing too well.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? It's like, you know,
right?
You want it to succeed, but the way they're marketing it feels kind of off.
I looked at, you know, like the games it was offering, and honestly, like the one game I saw that even like appealed to me was the Tomb Raider trilogy, just because I grew up on that. But I didn't see too many games that appealed to me either. So I'm just, I'm wondering.
Yeah, no, for sure.
One problem I have with the Stadia is that the types of people that are going to have 100 megabit per second internet connection are also the type of people that are going to have a PC that can run all the games that they're trying to sell. So they're just gonna buy those games off of Steam, which is already, you know, a digital download experience that has basically, you know, taken over everything. You know, good for them. But I don't see, you know, and I would love to be wrong. I would love to, you know, if Stadia winds up becoming, you know, the next, you know, I can't think of a decent example, but if it becomes ubiquitous, then great. I would love to be wrong.
Yeah.
Good for Google. But
yeah, I second that.
but I think this is gonna be about as successful as Google Plus.
For sure. Chadley, what are your thoughts?
I have no interest in it. It seemed like a cool thing at the time when it first got announced. I was like, oh, this will be cool, and all that. And someone in the chat said about think of it as Netflix for gaming, and they've already come out and said, no, we're not. Compare us more like PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, and I have to disagree. Like, I would almost have to think it's more like Amazon Prime Video, because you can buy videos on Amazon Prime or any of those digital, like Netflix, you can't buy movies. That's the only difference. Yeah. So, like on Amazon Prime, you can buy movies, you can watch them digitally, you can watch them anywhere you have the Amazon app. Basically, same thing as Stadia. You buy the games, you can play them anywhere on any device that supports their experience, their app or whatever, like through the browser or through the Chromecast or whatever. But again, you have no internet, you have no games, and if you're paying for the service, they're just going to blame your internet service. They're not going to help you be able to get it to work if your internet is bad. So and yes, the free tier is like, okay, yes, the free tier would be a great way to just test it out, But the thing is, even the free tier, from what I understand, you don't get any games just to test it out.
Yeah.
You gotta buy a game to test out the service.
No, exactly.
And they're full price. So it's like, there's just so many like red flags to me. Like for me, obviously, I have a newer PC now. If I'm gonna buy Destiny 2, it's been out forever. So Destiny 2 to me is not really it's not enticing enough for me to want to do Stadia. And that's like one of the big games they were pushing. I'm like, but it's been out forever. But yet you're gonna still charge full price for it. So I don't know. Yeah, there's just a lot of things. I mean, you guys have already mentioned a lot of the issues with this thing, and I don't know. I don't even really know who it appeals to. Like, if they're trying to appeal to mobile market, then you're going to run into problems with your mobile devices because you're only going to be able to do it on Wi-Fi anyway. You're not going to be able to do it when you're traveling, or you're going to be eating up your data. Like, there's just so many things. It's so weird that maybe this is like the future of gaming, like 20 or 30 years from now.
Yeah.
As it is, like, the digital age is right now, like, we're all going through this, and it's like, maybe in 30 years, like, we'll be ready for something like this because the infrastructure will be there to handle it. But I think that's the problem. Once they have it go live, they're going to see that the infrastructure is not there to handle it, and then they're just going to have to either stop it, or they're just going to have to weather the storm until hardware and networking and internet is all up to snuff to what they want it to be.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
And like Google, if they really wanted to improve the infrastructure, they could do it if they wanted to. If they thought that Stadia was going to be profitable, but I don't see them throwing $1 billion into the world's internet infrastructure to make Stadia work as well as they think that it's going to work.
Yeah, like I know one of the biggest issues somebody brought up, who's a YouTuber who was also on the Stadia presentation as the theorist was saying, Google is throwing Stadia and showing how, it's good to stream. We all stream on YouTube. The biggest issue is you got companies or YouTube, for example, you play Mortal Kombat, you get demonetized because of all the blood, all the gore. But they're out there showing, Stadia is good for Mortal Kombat and all that, and it's good for streaming. So if you're going to stream all that on YouTube side, you're still going to get hit with the demonetization. So are they going to fix that for the streamers too? Or is that something that's still, like, there's a lot of questions that people are still asking because they're like, why am I going to stream if I'm still going to get demonetized for something like Mortal Kombat or Gears of War, things like that, right? Mama Remy, what are your thoughts on this?
I think a little differently because I think a lot of people here are more console gamers. I have PC roots, so I'm used to digital downloads. I'm used to having like games like streamed to me and playing them. My biggest issue with Stadia is the fact that if you buy a game, are you truly buying it? Because let's say you buy a game in Steam, you have to download it, and then you play it, on your PC. If you buy a game off Xbox One or PlayStation, or the Switch, even if it's digital, it's still downloaded to your console. It's still downloaded to the system, your PC system. If you play it with Stadia and you only stream it once and you play it, and then let's say you get like the pro version and you play your game on the pro version, if you switch to the free version after a while, are they still going to let you have access to that game? And if for some reason something were to happen, like to your account, what happens to your games? Do you actually own that game? It's all in the cloud. So what exactly are you paying for? Are you just paying for the experience of the game? If that's the case, would they make it cheaper since you're not actually, downloading anything? You're not buying, because technically you're buying a streaming service of that game, and that's it. You're buying time to play that game. Now, granted, that's what you do when you actually buy a game, but when you buy a game and it's digital, you have to download it. It's saved to your hard drive. You can make changes to it online, offline, whatever. Same with the PC and all these other consoles. But with the Stadia, it's all cloud-based. So again, if something goes wrong, what happens to your game? Do you actually truly own the game? And that's what I have an issue with. If I'm going to pay cold hard cash or cold hard digital dollars, from my bank, that magically goes into this cloud, and I'm playing this game, do I truly actually own this game? And that's what I have an issue with. And I kind of have to agree with, Baja, that it's like, not a lot of people have the internet to be able to do this. A lot of people don't have it in their budgets to own an internet that fast. And even if, let's say, you do have an internet, that's that fast at home, Stadia would appear, great for someone who's a gamer, but they also travel a lot because of their sales, or, they have to do, traveling work, oh, hey, I can take this meeting and then I can go back to the hotel and then I can play my game and because that's all they need. Can't,
dude. Hotel
yeah, hotel internet. So they're not going to be able to play their game. So what is the point of even getting it in the first place? So I mean, that's.
And I agree. I know a lot of people who have less than 30 megabytes, like 5 megabytes, and I mean
I know somebody with 1.5.
Yeah,
DSL.
So
they watch my streams in 144 or 240p. It's wow, dedicated.
And so to answer a little bit of your question, I know what they said was, if you have a pro account, the free games they offer for pro account are yours as you have that account. The moment you switch over to the free account, you don't get access to those free games anymore. So if they're on the pro and you have the pro free games, you get access only while you have the pro account. The moment you go free, you do not have access to those games.
And they'll probably say something like that in the long end user license agreement. Because strictly speaking, with all the software,
in that case,
our games.
Yeah, no, for sure. In that case, that's like PlayStation Pro. If I have PlayStation Plus, I have access to all the free games. The moment my Plus goes, it actually tells me you can't use this because you don't have Plus anymore. The game is mine; it's there on my hard drive, but I can't access it until I activate Pro again. Or
Strictly
Plus.
speaking, none of us own our games. It's all licensed to us. The
Yes.
publishers and the distributors, they own the games. It's all licensed to us, even if you have a physical copy.
But
it's a license.
Mine. It's
but
here. It's
I know,
with me. This is
but
mine.
I know.
It's up in the cloud.
But it's licensed to.
But I know what you're saying,
fine.
Mama Remy. It's like, if my Steam, for example, right? I open my Steam. I have games that I bought 10 years ago that they don't have anymore on Steam itself, but I still have them. So it's like, well, I'm gonna play this game. Just double click, download it, install. It's there. It's ready. So what you're saying is, if we lose that and we go back in, do we lose that game, or is it there? And
No
are we
longer
down?
available.
yeah, are we downloading them, or is this strictly, you know, once the licensing's done, it's like we pulled the game, you paid $60, but you lost that $60, or in my case, $90, and we're keeping
Oh, I'd be
because
so mad.
the
I'd be
licensing's
so mad
gone.
if they did that.
So
That,
I think
that's the confusion that a lot of people are getting with this too.
they either need to clarify that, or I think enough people are going to be mad about that, either to A, not get the Stadia at all, or B, if enough people get mad at that, that could be something like a lawsuit or something, because that sort of bait and switch may or may not hold up in court.
Yeah. And one of the things I know that they were saying is they were trying to show themselves like Xbox, and I watched this guy Reggie from Review Tech, and he made a really good point. He says like for $20 a month on Xbox, they have that new thing where you're getting Xbox Gold, you get all their games, any new Xbox game that's exclusive to them is free automatically to you. So they're like, so how are you the same as Xbox when Xbox is offering all this great stuff, and the game you get to keep it even after you're done? He says you get to keep the game. So he's like, how is it the same? And I kind of agree with him in that one. It's like, yeah, you're right. How are you the same? So my only issue is I just don't understand how they're looking at this.
Lightning raid, welcome Raiders.
Oh, we're being
Welcome,
raided.
Raiders.
What's up, Lightning? How you doing? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention because I was into the conversation.
That's why I was like,
Sorry, you're dedicated. I
Raiders.
didn't want to interrupt. Hello, Claire.
Hello, Claire. How was your stream? I'm trying to get your thing. Guys, go check out Claire. She's an awesome streamer. She's a really good friend of mine. She was playing Link's Awakening. Let me put the link into the description here. Definitely go check her out. Go show her some love. She took the time to rate us. We could take the time to check her channel out.
That bumps you to 50 likes.
Yeah, we're at 50 likes. GG with the 50 likes, guys. Usually I give Taco Pesos at this point, but I don't have the bot on right now because it distracts.
You ran out of Taco Pesos.
But I'll give you Taco Pesos tomorrow.
Taco Peso economic collapse.
Right?
Still your Taco Pesos.
I'll give you guys all the Taco Pesos tomorrow, I promise. But that's where I stand. I mean, we're paying for it. It's hard. It's very hard, and I do wish them all the luck. The only thing that got me that I liked was they said right away, if you have Google Chrome, you have Stadia. They're gonna build it into the actual browser, so that's pretty cool. But I mean, what about? And I know that you have to use their, what is that thing called? Chromecast Ultra. So you have to use their Chromecast. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Taco Team. Welcome to the Family Mystic. Thank you. So you have to use their Chromecast Ultra, and I mean, and they're saying it's gonna come to other phones later on. I mean, so how many things are gonna be available to be able to use it is the real question. You know, other than PC, and I think the Chromecast Ultra and the Google Pixel, I believe, is having it. Right, so I don't know. I don't know where they're standing. I really hope for the best for them. I really do. You know. So Chromecast is in order to play it on TVs that don't have the Chromecast. So I mean, there we go. I think, did everybody get everything out? Did anybody want to say more about Stadia?
Well, I think the Ultra is only required if you do 4K. Remember correctly.
Is it only for the
Like
4K? Okay.
Yeah, like if you have a regular Comcast, it'll do or Chromecast, it'll do the 1080.
Okay.
Corey can correct me on that, but I think the Ultra is the only one that can do the 4K.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. All right. So, Nintendo updates their server for Mario Maker 2, opening from, what was it, 34 levels to 64 levels now. 32. Yeah.
64. Yeah.
And they're pushing, apparently, from what I've read, to 128. They want to go for more levels. So, in saying that, I think Nintendo was not expecting to get what they got, because I know they said that they were really surprised. Do you guys think that Nintendo is going in the right direction with this, or should they just keep updating the level makers for people? Because I mean, there's a lot of levels out there. They said there were something like 100,000 levels made the first week alone for Mario Maker. And I mean, now servers, from the looks of it, I guess they use separate servers from everything else for Mario Maker. So that's nice to see, but I think that's only for the levels, right? For we're doing peer-to-peer still when it comes to multiplayer. Yeah. So what are you guys' thoughts on this whole situation that they keep upgrading and the levels are really coming in? Baha?
Well, they probably have been, they say they're surprised. I heard that for a second. I think they probably were planning on kind of phasing in, these types of increases over the course of, the coming months and things like that. I think they probably wanted to cap it at 32 initially, just because they didn't want to get flooded all of a sudden at the initial launch with a bunch of spam levels or things like that. But what I'm glad is that you don't have to, because in the original Super Mario Maker, you got access to more uploaded levels. The more levels you uploaded, and the more maker points you had, the more likes you had, things like that. So I'm glad that they're not restricting it to just people who are having very, very successful levels, that everybody is able to upload up to 64 levels, I think. So I'm good. I'm glad that there's parity there.
Yeah.
But me personally, I don't know how many levels I'm going to upload. I'm working on one right now, and who knows how many more. I won't even get to 32. I definitely won't get to 64.
Yeah.
And if they decide to go up to 128, that's fine. Good for them. I would rather they fix the online stance right now. I would also rather them, be able to have us pick, like what we were all wanting when this was announced with the initial E3, was being able to pick and choose, playing online with our friends, like we kind of thought was going to happen. Now, strictly speaking, they didn't promise it, and it sounds like eventually they're going to release an update in order to make it so that you can go online with friends, which is great, except if it's going to be Super Mario slideshow, I don't care. It needs to actually play.
Yeah.
And so I wish that they would, and I don't know why Nintendo can't get their act together with online stuff, because this has been an issue since Brawl. Nintendo's online system is in the dark ages compared to everybody else. Everybody else can get their act pretty much together, but I mean, we see it with Smash Ultimate, now with Mario Maker. It's just not substandard internet, and especially now that they're making us pay, for the online membership, which I'm okay with if it wasn't terrible. Be less bad, Nintendo.
Let's add the final question to everything overall. So they do the 64, and then not only that, but Mario Maker does oversell what they were expecting, and for June and July they were top sellers. They were #1 selling. Not only that, apparently people are saying that this game could be the game of the year. Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? So again, let's go ahead with Baha finishing it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could, because at its core, the only reason, Mario Maker, the first one, I don't have the data, in front of you, but it was either one of the best or the best selling game for them. And it would have sold more copies if the Wii U had sold more copies, because towards the end there, the only game worth playing on the Wii U was Super Mario. Everything else was done better on it.
Yeah.
And the Wii U didn't sell all that well. I got the Wii U specifically for Smash 4, and then everything else I got was incidental. Splatoon was good. I got Hyrule Warriors because I'm a nerd for Warriors type games. And I got Mario Maker because I thought it was a great concept, and I had a lot of fun with it. But since the Switch has a bigger install base, it doesn't surprise me at all that more people are getting it. That I think there's a lot of people out there that are like, hey, Mario Maker 2 would be great, except I don't have a Wii U, and I'm not buying a Wii U.
Yeah.
But I think now that that's changing, and I think with the holiday season, I think Mario Maker's going to sell more. I think if Nintendo really had their head screwed on tight, they would have a Mario Maker Switch Lite.
Yeah.
I think that would sell like hotcakes right next to Pokemon. Because it's actually better to play online because editing, you can use the touchscreen with when it's undocked, and that's a lot easier to make edits and draw in ground as opposed to just using the controller. Playing Mario Maker when you're editing docked is a little clunky, but that's just because it's a docked interface, so they just kind of have to. But it doesn't surprise me at all that it's selling like crazy, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was the highest selling game at all. I mean, I think it's going to do. The only thing that I think would compete with it would be Pokemon, and we'll see how quick that sells. But yeah.
No, for sure. K-Fresh, what are your thoughts, buddy?
Okay, back to the online play. Let's be honest. The online play, the lag where it seems like it's a slideshow frame by frame by frame. No one wants that. But with the levels, that they're working, the level space going from 32 to 64. I think so many people, sort of tagging on to the last question too, so many people have jumped onto the Mario Maker 2 thing this year. You look at Arby's made a level. Wendy's made a whole game in Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Blue Town Games, they're actually pretty well designed.
Was it Wendy's? I thought it was Arby's.
Arby's and Arby's.
Wendy's
they
went
both
up
did?
Arby's.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Arby's made a level. Wendy's went up them and created a whole game. And they're actually challenging levels. They're actually challenging levels. But so many more people, because maybe the Wii U didn't sell as well, have access to the Switch version. Southwest made a level as well. And so I think,
Made a level.
yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I heard. And someone made an entire game, 32 levels inside of Mario Maker. So the fact that they switched, 32 levels to now being able to create 64 levels, that's going to open up even more capacity. Say that guy who created those 32 levels of, he called it, I think, Super Mario Maker World. Now he's at his capacity, and he can create a whole other game. So I think that's a good thing. Yes, I would want, the online play to be better, because I think thing is I haven't progressed too much in the online. So I'm playing against not a bunch of people, but you're gonna have at least one person in there that's his internet's pretty slow and it looks like it's going frame by frame by frame. So hopefully Nintendo can step up and work on that. And as far as Mario Maker selling being the top game right now, that's not surprising. I wouldn't say that. When I played the original Super Mario Maker, I liked it, and then I got a bit bored of it, Yeah. There's so much more to this game that appeals to even more people. It wouldn't surprise me if it was the game of the year. It literally wouldn't. It's just such a beautiful and playable game.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I agree with you on that one. Chadley, what about you, buddy? What are your thoughts?
I'm loving the game. I mean, it's no surprise that, just in our community alone, you see how many people love watching people play Mario Maker. It didn't have access to the game, but yet they still loved watching people. And I forget who, I think it was Baja that said it, that they're not going to buy the system just for one game, but they'll watch somebody who already has it, and they'll enjoy watching it. Most of those people probably have a Switch now, I still enjoy watching Mario Maker. Of course, when they made the announcement, like everybody freaked out because Mario Maker 2 is coming to the Switch. Now
Like a slopes.
all
Yep.
yeah, it's got the
Angry sun.
slopes, yeah, and the angry sun, yeah. But
No, no.
but now, like all these people that have been watching people play, just even in our community alone, like there's a lot of people that now have access to that game that would not have had access if it never would have been released. So
Yeah.
you compound that into the amount of people that own a Switch and then know of Mario Maker, but maybe just never really got into it, and they're like, oh well, I like Mario, so I'm gonna try it out. And I mean, yeah, it's no surprise that it's sold so well, and as long as they keep making updates to it. I mean, they did the same thing with the original Mario Maker. They kept doing updates. They would fix bugs. They would probably introduce new bugs that ended up never ended up fixing them. But like now that they're increasing the cap of levels for people, like I'm hoping that the next thing that they're working on is bookmarking, so
Yeah.
that because if you're able to create all these levels, and we already have over 100,000, like I think they made that announcement like within 2 weeks they had like over 100,000 levels created
Mm-hmm.
just in 2 weeks of its release. So like it would be nice to be able to have some way of bookmarking these levels that people want to have us play, because it's right now it's a nightmare to try to. There's so many different ways, and everyone is trying to figure out the best way to
Yep.
do it right now. I know Warp World is still trying to work out a way to do it. Unfortunately, their thing is going to be Twitch only, probably because they've never really been big on supporting YouTube. The whole Nightbot thing was a workaround, so just so people on YouTube could use it for Mario Maker 1. So who knows, maybe that'll be a thing when they finally come out with their actual official system for levels. But yeah, I mean, the game is awesome. The online experience is trash. I've never had any good experience with it. Like maybe 1 out of 10 levels I could play effectively.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do the online at all. Just 'cause
Yeah, no, I don't do it either.
I did it once, I think, on Twitch just so I could say that I tried it, and I did not enjoy it at all. It was like I did like maybe 4 or 5 levels, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm going back to the
I
story.
don't know how
mode.
people have the patience to be like A rank on it.
Yeah.
They do.
But then, I mean, a lot of people are just like, oh, well, if it's lagging, I'll just wait till the person drops that is lagging, because they'll most likely, 1 or 2 people will more than likely drop out of the level if it's lagging. So then you're taking that chance of like, oh, once they leave, it'll run perfect because the 2 people left have good internet. So
Well, I don't play games that aren't fun, so I don't bother.
yeah, exactly. I'm a very patient man, but when
Definitely.
I play online Mario Maker, it tests my patience.
Definitely. What was I gonna say? Mama Remy, actually interested to hear your thing because you haven't picked up the game. You just got the game, but you've been watching. My question is, what are your looking at everybody play it and everything like that? Does it actually entice you? Now, I know you got it as a donation, but did it entice you from the beginning when you watched people play it and say, wow, I really want this? Or did you always want it because you've always wanted to experience it? On top of the questions that I've been asking, that's my question to you.
Okay, kind of long story here, but I'll
Go
keep
ahead,
it short,
go ahead.
'cause
No, go
everyone
ahead.
knows that Remy rants can be kind of long. But like, I legit started watching Chadley like all the time because he was doing Mario Maker. That was like the Chadley stream I wanted to watch because I loved watching him do like Super Mario Maker.
Mhm.
And I have insomnia like really bad. Like I could never like go to sleep, but I knew like on the days that Chadley played Mario Maker because he's so calm. And I drink coffee all day, so I'm like, like just everywhere all the time. And it's like I have insomnia, so what's the point? I might as well drink coffee because I love coffee. So it was like when I actually needed to like calm down, I never could. So like on the days like Chadley would stream, it would be like, I'm just gonna sit here and watch him play, and then like all the colors would go by, and then I feel like a kid with like the thing on the ceiling where it's like the nice whooshing noises and all the nice Super Mario Maker music levels. And I'm like,
That
Okay.
low bass Chadley voice.
Yes. Would calm me down and I would go right to sleep. So it's like, so I have good first Super Mario Maker impressions. Well, then you started playing at Rigo, and of course, we always had our Friday lunch date thing. So, I've been seeing all these super creative levels, and it's like, man, it's like, I wish they would have put this in the game, and then I wouldn't have quit, like half the Mario games that I've played, because it's like, well, this one like made me mad, and this one made me mad. It's like, but it's like, now if I had got to play something like that would have been cool, because you get to see everyone's creativity and what they can make. So, I think with what entices me the most is that I also get to be in that little like creative like spectrum, because like I've watched so many levels from everybody that's played Super Mario Maker, either 1 or 2 here recently, and it's like, ooh, I could make a level like this, and now I get to.
Yeah.
I was like, I get to be creative too. But I think it's great that they're increasing the level number, because that means I can make more levels. But at the same time, everybody in our community that is the Super Mario Maker like creators, they can look at all their favorite streamers and go, you get a level, you get a level, and you get a level. We all get levels. So if they want to make something for their favorite streamer, or one specifically for a specific streamer, they can, and they can keep it. Or if they want to make one for like their friends, if they want to make the obvious troll level that everybody's gonna make, I'm gonna make one myself, but they can they can try out different things, and they don't have to worry about well, if I make this level, I'm not gonna have room for this one, or but I kind of wonder, and I kind of worry what's gonna happen when we actually hit 128 per person per game, as many times as this game has been sold. Now, when out of everybody that's had the first 2 weeks, you said 100,000 levels, Chadley?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's
yeah,
gonna
they
happen?
made some kind of announcement like that.
No, what's gonna happen when Christmas time rolls around, and of course it's gonna be, it's gonna be sold again. So all these people are coming and making all these levels. How many levels are they gonna? What do I want to say? How many levels are there actually gonna be? Are they actually gonna put like a stop to it, or?
Well, you probably will just have to do what original one, which is you're gonna have to delete some levels if you want to upload some, because eventually somebody's gonna cap. And caps are there for a reason. Hog all the server space.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because that's because originally, like, I can't remember the maximum amount of levels that you could upload for Super Mario Maker 1 if you had unlocked everything. It wasn't 128. That's huge. But if you got to the point where you hit the limit, you had to delete that and do just upload your new level. You just have to make that sacrifice.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll run out of codes.
Probably not. There's between all the letters and numbers on there are billions of permutations. There's not going to be billions, maybe millions of levels, but not billions.
Is that a challenge?
Is that a challenge? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, let's look at it like this. Let's be real. The Wii U didn't do as good is because one of the things was the marketing they got was non-existent almost, and half the people thought the Wii U was an attachment to the Wii. So that didn't help either. But for Mario Maker 1, didn't you have to get a certain amount of stars on your level, or of stars to be able to make more levels?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how it works. I never made levels, so I wasn't sure how that worked.
Yeah. It had to do with your maker score, and initially you were capped at just 10, actually.
Oh wow.
And then when you upload more, and it was pretty generous with how much you get, just like for the next thing. But the idea being that if you're going to upload levels that are hot garbage, spammy, little wastes of space, then
troll
Nintendo's
levels?
not gonna, yeah. Well, even good troll levels can be fun sometimes. But if it's just a bunch of spammy stuff, and if nobody plays it, then Nintendo is not going to delegate more space for your garbage.
Yeah.
So that's why they did that system. But
One of the things is I don't remember if you guys, we talked about this last time, where people were complaining. For example, let's use Grand Pooh Bear for example, was complaining that he was getting massive reports and losing all his levels, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, now not using that isn't bad. I want to use that as an example of good, because I've been playing Endless Expert for a while, and every Endless Expert I have yet to get a huge ugly enemy spam level. I'll get one every once in a while. I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist. They are there, but it seems like it's working, their new system, because I mean I'm not getting those ugly spam enemies only type levels.
I'd like to know what a boo does. Like when you rate something boo, I'd like to know what exactly that does, because it doesn't publicly tally it. But I wonder if levels with lots of boos don't make it onto the endless levels.
Yeah, I'm wondering that same thing too.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know like they were saying you can see all the thumbs up you got, but you can't see any of the boos you've got.
Which is fine.
I mean, yeah, it's fine, but I mean, sometimes curiosity, you know, what's that? Curiosity kills the cat, I guess.
It might just make people feel better to be able to boo the level and just be like, well, at least there's that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, for sure. Guys, we hit 64 likes. That's awesome. Thank you all very much. I mean, let's see if we can finish the stream with 70 likes. That would be very cool. There's an empty cap for specific enemies. Oh, is that what they've done, eh? I mean, but even so, I mean, you can still, there's still a way.
Recorderometer said that every 50 stars is 10 more possible uploads in Super Mario. So that's
okay.
That's how that system. I mean,
When someone boos a level, you lose maker points. Okay. Oh, thank you, Knife. I appreciate that. What was I gonna say? So somebody asked.
I have negative maker points.
Somebody asked on chat if they have the Joy-Cons, do they drifting, their old Joy-Cons, do they qualify? So as far as I know, Nintendo came out and said that anybody who is having drift problems with their Joy-Cons just has to send it and it's free. They will freely repair it. And those who have already paid for it before are getting refunds, I believe, from what I've read online. So that's pretty good. But again, it took a lawsuit for them to realize this. And again, going back to Reggie from Review Tech, I watch him a lot. I love that guy. He said, you know, he had once that issue, and that was with his Xbox 360 control. I've never had that issue with PlayStation, Xbox, and actually any of my consoles up until these Joy-Cons. And that's where this is a new Switch. I've never once used the Joy-Cons. And then the one time I did, which I took it to PAX, and I came back, the left one was drifting. So sometimes I'll plug it in and you'll see the icon start going up and down by itself. It's the Joy-Con.
So if you Google Joy-Con repair, you get to support.nintendo.com, and there's a form that you fill out, and they'll basically just give you, labels to send your Joy-Cons off to Nintendo, presumably in Washington. If you want, I tracked down the link. If you want, I can post it in chat, because I imagine there's somebody out there that's like, us, please, thank you for posting the link.
Yeah, let's post a link so everybody has, because I know that a lot of people.
Please, Baha, thank you for posting.
Let's not
the
lie.
link.
Let's not lie. Everybody has this drifting problem, and you can go ahead and spam the link, so then that way we can have a bunch of it. And I can tell you, like, my Pro Control, I don't know if it's does anybody know if it's the same technology as the Joy-Con? Because I know this one has drifting problems as well that I'm facing. That's why I had to, that's why I bought that special adapter, and now I use Super Nintendo control to play my Mario Maker games because of that reason. But I wasn't sure if they're using the same technology for that. But yeah,
I haven't had any lag. Like every once in a while, it will drift. Restart the controller, it goes away, it just resets you. So it's not a permanent problem. But granted, I only got my Pro Controller 2 months ago.
Oh wow, it's a baby.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Yeah, that's.
But I love my little weird handheld thingy that came with the Switch.
Oh snap! You got.
I got you, Mama Rime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. You know, it's just.
So just to show you guys, this is what I bought. So this little adapter here, it plugs in through USB
Oh, that's so cool.
or battery pack through Bluetooth, and then you just switch it here if you're doing through the computer or through Switch, and you get the connection for the Super Nintendo or any other controller you use. This is the GameCube control, right? And then this is the Switch stuff. So it's really cool. It does work, and it works like flawlessly. It's really synced up. There is no delay, no nothing. So if you guys are looking for a new way to play Mario Maker or any other game, I use it too for my what's it called, Super Mario Kart, and it works wonders. It does work. So definitely,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's $20. Cost me $20. So something you guys should look into if you're interested in getting, without spending $69, or in my case, $100 on Pro Control.
Pro Controller's not $100, isn't it?
Yeah, here it's $89.99.
Oh, in Canadian bucks.
In Canadian bucks. In Canadian bucks. But yeah, so that's really all I know about what the lawsuit is giving us. I know for a fact that we're getting the new, they're paying for the drift, so I guess Baja put the link. So anybody has any issues, definitely click that link. And
does the link actually work? I don't know if it's just gonna send you back to.
On my end, it's the create a help ticket desk. Yeah, it looks like you can. Yeah,
That's it. So you just fill that out, and then now, granted, I have not filled it out. I don't after that because I don't care right now. But hopefully that will help at least one person. Stop telling me that I ruin everything.
He fixed everything today, but yeah, this is definitely a good workaround. I mean, it's worth it. You got, and because obviously the Super Nintendo, where's my control? The Super Nintendo and the GameCube don't have a home button. This guy itself has a home button.
That's cool.
So yeah, definitely
Nice.
gonna work. Yeah, no,
that's one of the things that's like with the SNES Classic. There's no real great way to get back to the main menu.
Yeah, exactly.
So the home button's a nice feature.
Exactly. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? I think we've covered almost everything for this month. Unless do you guys know anything interesting that's been happening that I don't know about?
Let's see. Fire Emblem Heroes came out. People
That's
haven't
right.
played that.
Yeah, it sounds like people. So Fire Emblem, and then Marvel Alliance just came out too, right? Didn't it?
Marvel Alliance came out. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get either of those, but I know people have had fun with it. So,
yeah. But our biggest news was this. I think the biggest thing was the Stadia thing, and we did talk about that a lot. But yeah, I think what we're definitely hoping for, I'm waiting for, is the big news that maybe we'll finally get servers or something for Nintendo, because I think it's very much needed. It's very much needed. That's all I can
Ballin
say.
says I'm getting more close. I thought we were going to get into that.
Some what?
Oh, Ballin says that we're getting Marvel case closed.
Yeah,
But I told her I thought we were getting Sea of Thieves. We're getting all the things. You have a backlog, miss.
Also, apparently, so I'm getting here from T-Mac. Also, is today the last day to link your social club with Twitch, getting Master Penthouse for GTA 5 Online, for those who play GTA 5 Online. Also, Doom 1 and 2 and 3 came out on the Switch, which I did hear are playing remarkably well. And they look amazing, apparently. So
I would hope Doom 1 plays well.
I would hope so too, actually. I would hope so too.
I hope so.
But yeah, they look good. The colors are vibrant. And also Wolfenstein came out as well. So, but I heard that one didn't do as well as everybody was hoping it would. So that sucks. Well, my friends, it has come to that time. Today's a shorter podcast. There was, like I said, nothing amazingly huge happen. Just a couple of Nintendo stuff, the Stadia stuff. Next month's probably gonna be the same. So yeah, as far as I know, nothing crazy happened. Next month we will be doing our podcast either the 1st or earlier. I'm going away for a little bit during the 23rd until the 26th. So that's usually where the podcast would land. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put it in. I gotta talk to the guys about that and the young lady.
Oh, I can be included as one of the guys. I'm fine.
Boom, one of the guys. Guys, thank you all for joining us today. Again, Mama Remy, thank you again for accepting our offer to join the podcast as a permanent member. Baha, thank you to taking out from your busy schedule and joining us. K Fresh, you too as well, my friend. Thank you for joining us. And Chadley, as always, thank you for taking time from family time to be able to come in and join us on this. Guys, all their links are at the bottom of the description. Every single one of them. Mama Remy, actually, I have to add her because I didn't add her due to the surprise.
Yeah, you didn't want to spoil it.
I
Mine
did.
links to Ball and Chain. Don't bother subbing. Sub to Ball and Chain. She's the one that actually streams. I stream very. If I'm on, it's usually next to her.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna go on an epic raid. Let me quickly grab Mama Remy's link. I will add it for after the stream, but I'll give it to you now on chat. So if you guys wanna definitely sub to her, go bring her up to 1040. That would be awesome. So there's her
Holy
link.
crap, am I there already?
You're almost there. Let's go ahead and go on an epic raid. Let's see who's streaming that we can raid. Okay, there's Slayer Dan. He's playing
Mario Maker.
Mario Maker. Do you guys want to raid him?
Let's see.
He has 8
Plus
people
raid.
watching.
You're in the driver's seat, man.
Ooh.
What? Ew, that's all I hear.
No, I went ooh. Like,
Uh,
okay.
I heard you, not me.
Sorry, I was like, okay.
An expression of
I
disgust
have
as
a
opposed to interest.
suggestion, Rigo.
Okay.
I do too.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hold on. Let me check. Because there's a lot of people streaming, so let me see. Oh, okay. I see.
I have a new person. So.
You have a new person. Okay.
Ooh, new.
Who's the new person? I like doing new.
Hold on.
I like
Let me
doing
copy-
new.
Let me copy. It's not copy the link. Yes, let's do that. That's a good thing.
Mhm.
That guy right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen him before.
Ooh, neither I.
Oh. Yeah, he only has 214 subs. Let's go do someone new, guys.
Yeah. Let's go make his day.
Yeah, let's go make.
Spam his chat with.
Okay, so we use TacoCast raid on here because obviously we have so many. Again, guys, descriptions below. Please go give my friends a nice sub. Let's go ahead and raid this gentleman right here. We're gonna use hashtag TacoCast raid. I can't spell apparently. So let's go ahead and click on his link and go give him a TacoCast raid. Let me quickly get the internet up so you guys can see what I see. Right here. He's playing Luigi Hot.
Mario and Luigi Dream Team. is what
Yeah.
he's playing.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, dang it, I can't. Ow! I got blown up. Dang it. What's going on? Okay, hang on. I just got alert of a new subscriber, Eric Regoso. Thank you for the sub. Holy crap, we're getting rated a Taco Astrad raid. I really hope I'm saying that right. If I'm
Taco
not.
Ass raid.
From Spanishdude. Sweet. And Chadley's in it too. Awesome. Holy crap. Okay, this is gonna take.
This is why I love rating
read
new
everyone in
people.
the chat.
I love rating new people because of that.
Entertainment.
I love
That
the
is-
look on their face.
Oh, I know, it's great. Thank you guys for doing that epic raid. Super appreciate it. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you all for joining us. Take care. Have a good one. And don't forget the most important thing in the whole wide world. Come to my live stream. I'm super famous. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Thank you all for joining us. Bye. Hey, Ava, there she is.
There's Ava.
All right, guys. Bye.
Alright. Bye, everybody.
Ball and Chain?
Yes, they can still see you even though the stream is over, but